Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peep game, man. Got an early day off, man. Those is always the best days, man. But yeah, peep game. We gotta talk about these old heads coming back into the sport and competing, man. Like what happened this past weekend with Evander Holyfield it was to be expected. But it was an atrocity nonetheless, man. Boxing is bad enough for people, for male and females who are at their physical prime to compete. Not their motor skills, but their reflexes are still sharp. Their knees don't get to hurting after standing up for long periods of time. They're just able to produce top quality boxing at a high level in their 20s and in their 30s. By the time you get in your 40s, it's like, let's kind of take a step back. You look at B-Hop, even with Manny Pacquiao was able to do the Yordenis Sioux guys a couple of weeks back. That speaks to who they are, just as physical specimens, you know what I'm saying? What George Foreman was able to do coming back and becoming the oldest heavyweight world champion, that's a beautiful thing. The difference is them niggas was only 5 years old. You 57, 58 years old, man. You got nothing else to prove. You have nothing else to prove. Light heavyweight, cruiserweight, allegedly, by a lot of people's estimation, the greatest cruiserweight who ever lived. And the fact that you were able to get in there and fight at the top level with heavyweights. Win a title at heavyweight, you know what I'm saying? Beat Riddick Bowe. Stop Tyson. Beat, knock out Michael Moore. Beat George Foreman. You have an incredible, robust resume. Accolades to match it. You do not need to be fighting no more, man. It's as good as you look, as far as just your physique is concerned. You're still, you're shredded up. You still got the six-pack and all that going. Ain't nothing wrong with training. I'm not mad at that. But when you talking about at that age, you're fighting without headgear. That just should be something that's put on the back burner, man. I get you dudes are warriors and y'all think y'all, I still got it. Everybody still has it until they realize that they don't have it. You understand what I'm saying? Your body can't take a well-placed shot on the chin is gonna affect you differently in the now than it would have when you was 20 and 30 years old. As we saw. You got stopped by a mixed martial artist. And you was just clapping at Mike Tyson talking about he running for me and bro, like, I don't think you need to go nowhere near Tyson. I'm sorry. Off of how you two looked in your last fights, you need to stay far the fuck away from Tyson. And just hold on to that victory that you got in the 90s. Because that's what really lamented your legacy. You beating Tyson. Just leave it at that. And just gracefully walk away from the sport. Most definitely still be involved. Ain't nothing, nobody shit even getting there and spar. I'm not mad at that. But getting in an actual, what they can say, oh, it ain't a real fight. Everybody has a paradigm of what a real fight is. If you getting stole on, you in a fight. I don't gonna fuck with nobody say this ain't even a real fight. It ain't a real fight because it's not going against your boxing record. It's not a real fight. No, my nigga, if you getting stole on, you in a fight. You in sparring, y'all know how I feel. You in sparring, you're in a fight. You're getting punched on. Somebody's going in there looking, not only sharpen their sword, but if they can hurt you, that's a fight. You on the block, you and the homies throw gloves on, that's a fight. The fuck? So y'all can talk that it's just an exhibition match shit all y'all want to. He's not training for no exhibition match. He's training for a fight. Whether it's gonna go in his win or loss column is irrelevant. He's training for a fight. So yeah, I mean, nah, bro. No. You gotta. It's time to step back from that, man. I mean, if you still got, you want to get in the ring and mix some shit up. Shit, Julio Cesar Chavez, cool. I'm not mad at that, bro. But certain precautions got to be taken, man. Heavier, bigger gloves, headgear, because it's not like you dudes are young men. You're young by some people's estimation compared to a 70-year-old. You're young, yeah, and y'all look better than a lot of cats my age. Nobody is arguing against that. The difference is, how are you going to respond when you get clipped with a well-placed shot? I get this is y'all sport, this is y'all passion, yeah, but even Mike is competitive. Michael Jordan, is competitive as he was, he knew, all right, it's time to hang him up. You get to a point where it's like, you can't compete with these young guns, man. Belfort is 44. 14 years younger than you, man. Like, he's a way fresher fighter. There's nothing wrong with just gracefully bowing out and saying, you got that. I can't do it no more. I can't do this. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all are really gonna hurt yourselves doing this shit. The least you could do is get some goddamn headgear on. Make some 25-ounce gloves or something. I don't know. If you just want to get in there and make sure your shit is still sharp, I'm not mad at that. But you are a legend, man, and you do not need your legend further sullied by doing this little, dog and pony show. You don't need that. You do not need that. Like, boxing is getting to a point where it's really becoming, it's a circus act, man. Like, goddamn. It is a circus act going on. Anybody just feel they can come over here and participate in this space. And that shit is annoying. That shit is annoying. And y'all keep obliging these dudes. YouTubers can come over here and find success, and they're on the, they're headlining world champions and contenders. It's a slap in the face, man. And you will go and join the dog and pony show by going in there and fighting a nigga 14 years younger than you, man. Like, bro, no. You have nothing left to prove, bro. You have nothing left to prove. Y'all OGs got to know when to sit down and say, all right, it's time to hang my gloves up. There's nothing wrong with that. Which brings me to Manny Pacquiao. Why the fuck are you talking about fighting in December, bro? After what just happened to you, we clearly know, we know what we saw. We know what we saw. We saw a man who slightly still has it. For you to do Ugas the way you was doing them, for you to hit him the way, as many times as you hit him, to lump his shit up cleanly, clean shots, that speaks to your legend, man. But y'all, you were not as fast on your feet. You wasn't as gracious on your feet. That's the biggest attribute to your game, was how graceful you are on your feet, how ballerina you are on your feet, how able you are to get in and get out at the perfect enough range to where you can effectively land a shot and get back out. Your shots were so smothered against goddamn your Danish Ugas, man. We saw what we knew what we were looking at. You would hit him, but it was with, it would be slapping because you didn't have enough. You had no room, you had no leverage to get the shot off because you were in too deep. And that's all right. You're fighting a prime dude, a champion. Ugas at this stage in his career isn't going to be able to upstage, all that you've done for boxing. There's no way. There's no way. what you've done in boxing is not gonna be done for some time. So just go ahead and hang the gloves up right off into the sunset and go do right by your people. But y'all niggas keep getting in here thinking y'all got it, y'all gonna get yourselves hurt, and it's real unfair to your family. You think a wife wanna sit up here and have a delayed conversation with her husband because her husband didn't know when to hang it up? So now he has a wild delay in his speech. You can barely talk. Like, that shit is unfair to the family. God forbid one of y'all go through a situation like McCullen. God forbid y'all go through any shit like that. That's horrendous what happened. And he's been dealing with that for 30 years. His loved ones have been dealing with that for 30 years. And they're so emotionally attached to him, they can't even let him go. They couldn't let him go when all that shit happened. Because they just naturally, you don't want to see your loved one go. You don't want to see your loved one die. Not prematurely. That he was young. He might not even have been in his prime when that happened to him. He's late 40s, early 50s. And he's had to endure that torment for that long. And his loved ones they have to take care of him. They have to clean him up when he goes to the bathroom. They gotta feed him. They gotta make sure he got everything that he needs to continue living in that wheelchair. They gotta do all that. It's unfair to them. Now, granted, what happened with him was just some biological shit that that didn't happen at a later stage in his career. That happened to him young. But if you want to talk, look at Adonis Stevenson, look at goddamn Zab Judah, man. These dudes were comatose. These dudes were comatose. Because they just don't know how to let go. That competitive fervor still burns in them. All right, that's what's up, man. But compete at a certain level to where it's not detrimental to your health. This is an unforgiving, grueling sport, man. It is. Y'all have to be cognizant of that, man. And fair to your loved one, your spouses, your kids, your fans, and your supporters. You can't run the Philippines if you're delayed in your speech, if you're in a wheelchair. For all that you have planned for that country, you need to be active. You need to be boots on the ground with the people. You're not going to be able to do that if you keep fighting. We know what we saw a couple of weeks ago against Ugas. We know what that looked like. We know what that is. Father Time is 4 billion and 0. That's allegedly how long the Earth has been in rotation. You can't beat him. He is undefeated. He is the end all, be all. You have no choice but to concede to him. You had a great, illustrious career. You and Holyfield, man. It is time to hang them gloves up. It's time. Because if y'all keep going on like that, like this, y'all are gonna fuck yourselves up. And as you sitting in that wheelchair with your brain in a blender, or as you sitting there trying, somebody is saying something that you disagree with, but because you don't have the motor skills to voice it, you in your head, you're gonna be thinking, man, I should not have gotten, it wasn't worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You did look at Pritchard Cologne, man. That dude was an impeccable prospect. Just for that bullshit that happened to him early in his 20s. He has to live the rest of his life in a fucking wheelchair. That is so unfair. That is unfair. That dude was an incredible boxer with tremendous upside. And he has to be subjugated to a fucking wheelchair. And He's a vegetable practically. Because some bitch ass nigga decided, oh, I want to rabbit punch. Know how soft the back of the head is? And he's taking consistent blows from a well-trained boxer. Every time y'all get in the clinch, there's no defense for that. You getting hit 5 and 6 times consecutively in combination in the back of the head. You can't defend that shit when you're in the clinch, when your arms are wrapped up. This is a grueling sport, man. I need y'all to sit y'all old asses down. And I say that with all due respect. But that is a reality. That is a reality, man. Y'all cannot go in here and compete with younger men. Y'all can't. Y'all are past y'all peak and y'all prime and y'all best. Because I don't think you have to be, you're not always going to be. Manny Pacquiao wasn't in his prime when he fought Floyd Mayweather. No. But he was still very much so good to the point where he could beat anybody else in the division. That's not at your prime. That's not, no, I don't think that's your prime. But you're still competing at a very high level. Y'all can't compete with dudes like that. Who's at their best, in their prime. Or even coming out of their prime. Y'all can't compete with them. And that's only because y'all age. Man, please hang the gloves up before one of y'all really go in there and get hurt. Because at that, it doesn't take much. It does not take much for somebody to go in there and hurt y'all. Really physically hurt y'all. Because y'all are older. You getting hit is gonna have a bigger, profound effect on you at that age than it would have at 30. You gonna compete, get some goddamn headgear. Get some bigger ounce gloves. I ain't saying the sock and bopper gloves or nothing like that. But hey, alright, cool. If we gonna do this, let's make some bigger gloves. Let's make some 25 ounce gloves or some shit like that. I don't know, something. Let's make some 30 ounce gloves. Let's do something. 16 ounce gloves ain't big enough for y'all. Just because y'all at an older age. Y'all cannot fuck with Father Time. That nigga is 4 billion and over. Everybody has to bow the proverbial knee to Father Time. The Most High, whatever you want to call him or her. I'm saying Father Time just because that's the term that everybody's familiar with. Every knee will bend in the face of Father Time, man. Y'all are trying to go against the grain and it's gonna end up getting y'all hurt. Don't be that dude. Don't be that dude who just can't hang them up. Don't be that dude. Well, I see I can. Yeah, man, I see holes in this game that I can plug. Yeah, man. Yeah, let me run that. David Haye. What do you think you're gonna do with Tyson Fury, bro? At 44 years old, bro, like look at how when you fought Klitschko, you couldn't break distance with Klitschko to save your life, which resulted in you winging wide right hands. Like y'all gotta stop, man. David Haye, you are another one whose legacy is lamented. You are one of the greatest cruiserweights to ever live. And compete at niggas is having trouble with Derek Chisora in the now. You knocked him out years ago. Your legacy is cemented, man. You don't need to do nothing else but enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy the wealth that you was able to amass throughout an illustrious boxing career. Be in the gym. If you can work with motherfuckers in the gym and sparring and fill holes in their game, do that. Do that, but stay out of the ring. Do not try and go in there with these younger cats. Even though you and Manny are close to the same age, man, but y'all started deteriorating later in your career. Manny Pacquiao, we saw what the fuck happened to him in Ugas fight, in the fight with Ugas. He didn't look like the man. He had a 2-year layoff between him and between Thurman and fucking Ugas. A 2-year layoff, and we saw the difference. You're not gonna look the way you looked against motherfucking Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. You're not gonna look the way you looked against Derek Chisora, David Haye. You're not gonna look like that. You're not gonna look like that, man. Y'all don't have a fucking thing else to prove. You three are legends. You three are legends. Don't sully your legacy trying to swim in waters that you up here in Nebraska, man. You can't even swim in some of these lakes up here because of the undertide. That should have taken you and you out of there. Change your name to Saram because it's a rat. I do not want to see y'all wives, y'all kids, your brother, your sister, your moms, your pops, your relos. I don't want to see nobody having to be cared for by one of their loved ones because they did not know when to hang them up. That's what this shit is boiling down to. Y'all have made enough money. I'm not sure what's going on with Evander Holyfield in his financial situation, and that's none of my business. But y'all have to humble yourselves and say, I can't compete with these new Jackson right now. And it's not that if I wasn't in my best, in my prime, that I wouldn't be able to. But I can't right now. I'm not in my best. I'm not in my prime right now. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Father, you will lose every time trying to go against Father Time. You're going to die going up against Father Time. You're going to die regardless. We put here to, to transition. It's an unfortunate reality. But it is a reality nonetheless. You're put here to pass. So what you do in the now in your life, however long the Most High grants you to live, that's what matters. Y'all are still young. Y'all got a lot of living to do. Y'all take care of y'all bodies. Ain't no smoking, ain't no drinking. Y'all have y'all lives to live. Go live it. Go live that shit. Floyd, after he got out of the ring with Logan, I'm good. I can't do this no more. Go live your life. Go raise your children. Go be a grandfather. You dig? You married, be a husband. If you not married, live the bachelor life. I'm sure there's plenty of fees you can slide off of your name and your stature. David Haye was a pretty, that motherfucker when he was active, he was a pretty boy of motherfucking in the UK. The fees love David Haye out there. Go enjoy that shit if you're not married. But just leave the ring alone before one of y'all realize get in there and get fucked up. Y'all gonna get in there and get crashed, and y'all not gonna be able to recover from it. God damn, y'all. We should not be having this discussion. Y'all should just know some shit don't even need to be said. Hang them gloves up before you get hung up. Right on that clothesline in the projects. Hang your ass up to dry, nigga. So that shit gonna be. Y'all gonna fuck around going there and get crashed by somebody, and it's gonna be the knockout is gonna be viral all over. It's gonna be viral. So niggas are gonna be laughing. The same shit make you laugh, make you cry. Cause after you stretched out over there face down on the canvas, niggas is laughing. Now you ain't getting back up. You slow getting back up. Rest in peace to anybody who lost their lives early in their career participating in this sport. Because it's been a multitude of them. And those were dudes who were and women who were in their peak physical, maybe not their prime at their best, but they were in a position to where physically, I'm good. I don't tire as fast. My body don't ache after a round. I'm good. And they are not distant, but their memories and their loved ones are cerebral, man. Stop playing games with Father Time, man. You're going to lose every time. Holyfield hey, Pacquiao, take y'all old asses on and enjoy y'all retirement. Peace.